we live? What's good, great people? I am Ezel Moon, and I have a special guest in the building today. Damon Williams, the comedian, shall be joining me. My man is a legend, representing Chicago. You guys, this is going to be absolutely amazing. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Big shouts out to my sponsor for this frank conversation, and that is Red Crown. Join the Crown Club by going to KROWNKLUB.com to get all your fit, drip, all that great stuff. Oh, he's here already.
Yo,
what's going on?
all right.
How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Ready to do it. What's happening?
Man, look, not much. I want to say thank you again for joining me for a frank conversation, for your time. I really appreciate it. I know you're a busy man. But I gotta, before we even get started into these questions, I've been doing this all day. Like a rock. When I heard that, look, I was like, yo, fam, I remember those commercials. He was singing the shit out of that. Like, he meant it, like, from his soul.
Directly from his soul, in the center of it.
For real. Oh my God. I really want to say, I said I appreciate you for being here today. I'm gonna jump into the questions because I know you got things to do. You got to continue your legacy of comedy, and man, I want to ask. You're considered a legend, right? In your own right? From opening for the Kings of Comedy to having your own stand-up specials. You've been seen on different networks, Comedy Central, BET, but how did you get into this industry?
Well, luckily I came along at a time when, right on the beginning stages of Def Comedy Jam and Comic View. And so once you got on those shows back in the day, you were basically a working comedian. So I got my first hit was 6 months into my career. I was lucky I got on Comedy Central, a show called Comic Justice hosted by H.A. Jamal. And the thing about that, H.A. Jamal, I'm doing his podcast tonight, so that comes full circle. But being in Chicago at a club called All Jokes Aside, which was like the #1 black-owned comedy club in America at the time, and probably to this day, it's probably the best comedy club that African Americans, other than Uptown in Atlanta. And it was like an epicenter, so everybody came through there. That's how I met all the Kings of Comedy. That's how I ended up on that tour. Comedy Central filmed their show at All Jokes Aside. And hell, I got my first open mic from Adele Givens. She had already done HBO Def Jam. So Chicago if you look at the history of comedy in Chicago, it's a lot of us that's doing things still to this day.
Yes, sir. Now, that's why I'm glad, because I'm going to Chicago this weekend, so I'm definitely going to be hitting the scene. And I actually have the honor interviewing M. Brown, and I know he's out there as well. But you're hosting something this weekend in Chicago as well?
Yeah, tonight first. I'm starting like I did on Wednesday nights at All Jokes is where I got my mic. That's what Adele used to do. It was like it was an open mic for comedy, and then we turned it into Apollo night once I became the host after her. So I'm creating that whole scenario so I can give opportunities to up and coming and rising comics now. So that's tonight at Riddles, but this weekend I'll also be at Riddles both Friday and Saturday.
Most definitely. Well, guess what? I'm gonna be there.
I got you. Yeah, come on through. I got you.
Oh, word. Oh, you got me.
Yeah. No doubt.
Bet. All right. That's bet. All right. I'm pulling up.
Got some real funny comics too. Kevin D. White. He's actually from Chicago, but he lives in Indianapolis. Hilarious, man. He did the wings competition for HBO at the Black Film Festival. Killed it. He's done a lot of stuff, and he's coming home, so I'm bringing him home. Plus, a Chicago staple, my man Jeff B. So that'll be a hot show when you come to town.
Nice. Do you feel like these are some of the up and coming comedians that you really have your eye on, or like there are any more? I know there's quite a few that are, especially in that area, but what other comedians do you feel like, oh man, I see some talent in them, and I really want to give them an opportunity to display it in, to everyone?
I kind of do that every week at Riddles, because it's a club that, nowadays, especially coming out of COVID, the
Right.
clubs are booking A-list comics because, first of all, a lot of the A-list comics been off work like us too, and more money, more problems. So they trying to get back out on this road and pay some bills. A lot of them getting ready for their Netflix specials. So people that
Mm.
are so-called B-list and C-list or underrated comics are not getting club dates right away. I've had some of the clubs I couldn't even get into yet.
Wow.
So we provide a platform for comics that are not getting that complete shine, but we also combine it with the veterans. I want to keep all the old school comics working. So I got Coco from Detroit, who was on
Nice.
Def Jam in 92, 93. Michael Collier's coming. Capone
Mm.
is coming.
Man.
We getting it in because people need to laugh, and we starting to get turn the corner on the virus, so to speak. It's not
Yeah.
over, people. But people are getting vaccinated, and we still limited the capacity. So to answer your question, M. Brown is one of the people that definitely is on the rise. I did a show on urbanflixtv.com called Laugh Tonight with Damon Williams, and I exposed some really rising comics. A guy named Big Keith, Mike Sampson, Just Needs, Corey Bell. These are all my Chicago people. Boogie B out in L.A., Kevin Tate. Those cats are hilarious. They're on the show as well. But it's a multitude of people that I couldn't even go over the list, but they all inboxing me. They're trying to get to riddles. It's a guy named Darren Fleet, who's a social media phenomenon, but he's starting to do his thing with stand up. He's coming Mother's Day weekend. And I could go on and on, but I like to reach back and get some of my old heads like Barbara Carlisle, who just had her special with Tiffany Haddish. She's been in the game like 35, 40 years, but she's still out here wrecking shop. Flame Monroe about to blow up around the country from that Tiffany Haddish She Ready special. So the list goes on and on. It's on and on.
I love the fact that you're such a connected man. You're not losing connections with the with those that came before, and you're creating those. Sorry, that has never happened before.
Yeah.
You're creating connections for those that that are up and coming.
Yeah.
What does it feel like to be in that position? Bridging the gap for those that are on the rise and those that have already walked that path.
It's kind of been my MO. It's kind of been what I've been doing since I started, man, to be honest. Once I got on Comic View and won my special and became viable as far as, being able to provide platforms, not only I feel like it was my responsibility, but it was also my hustle. It was my occupation. So while I'm providing these platforms are providing me income. Like I said, the clubs that are reopened, a lot of them are not taking, everybody in them. So I always had to create my own lane. Plus, when All Jokes Aside closed, which was the main club here, there was only like the white clubs, the Zanies and things of that nature in Chicago. And they wasn't really messing with us. I mean, I got booked a few times, but they were kind of, real selective and meticulous on who they picked. So we had to create our own circuit. And so since we started that, there's no sense in stopping it, because the thing about success, if you lose your niche, your core followers pursuing bigger and better things, when those things subside, you got to be able to come back home. So I never left home. So home has always been taking care of me.
That's real. That's real. That's real. I wonder, for you, I want to turn the conversation to, maybe some of the challenges that you faced in the industry. How did you go about overcoming them? Because I know not everything was just rainbows and sunshine. What were some of the strategies you had when, you were facing some of these hurdles?
Well, anything worth achieving and success, if you have a passion for it, first of all, you'll find a way. You'll work your way around the obstacles, because you're not going to quit. You don't have a plan B. So, you got to figure it out. So that basically, I really just answered that question by telling you we created our own things, man. And to this day, I look at people like Young DC Young Fly and Carlos and Chico Bean, how they created that platform with 85 South. They're not waiting for the networks. And now I hit them about getting it. And I was like, it's a promoter reached out to me, want to book the 85 South. And they said they don't deal with promoters. They do their own thing. Everything is in-house. So, once you get the power and you have ownership, man, that's the key. Ownership. I was listening to Joe Budden's podcast the other day, and he was talking about how Charlemagne, is owned by iHeart and media, and he's owned by himself. So that way you can't get canceled. And the cancel culture is real major right now. And so the funny thing is, man, that clip you saw with from Kings of Comedy, it just got loaded yesterday.
Right.
And I've been asking them to give me some footage or provide some footage from that tour for about 5 years, maybe, because he's been posting everything else. And I was a part of that situation, even though I wasn't one of the Kings. But lo and behold, he posts something. It just so happened to be a night when I'm talking about Tevin Campbell being gay and making jokes about gay people, and that's over with now. You know what I'm saying? That's 21 years ago. And
Right.
it's not, I'm not bashing and I'm not homophobic, but it's still considered taboo. But the thing is, if the LGBTQ community are offended some way by me, they can't cancel what I do because I only do what I do for my fans, and my fans support me wherever I am. So I'm not saying I want that smoke from them. I'm just saying, right, you know, because because I've evolved. You know, I have a son that's an activist and he's a humanitarian, and he's explained to me and expressed to me the point of view of how misogynistic and homophobic comedy was in the 90s, you know, the 90s and the early 2000s. You know, like Eddie Murphy's Raw, half the jokes in Raw and Delirious, he probably couldn't even pull off right now. So let me state for the record, if anybody sees that clip, because it's getting hits, it was 15,000 out the gate. That was 2000. That's 21 years ago. Genuine is my homie. I got mad love for him, but I made fun of his voice in a song. Tevin Campbell, Live Your Life. Maxwell, I don't know what your life is. So all of them got roasted on that show. And I don't want no problems. I don't want no smoke. Flight attendants, hotel desk clerks, all that's in that joke. Much love for y'all, okay? Because I got to check in rooms and I got to fly on planes. I'm a comedian. I don't want no problems. I'm glad we're doing this today because I'm putting this up and I'm keeping it up for good. I'm going to tag it in the comments under that clip. Count on it.
Hey, y'all, this is an exclusive. Hey,
yes, this is going worldwide everywhere. Watch, this going to be universally posted. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. That clip is going up because I don't want no problems and I love everybody.
That's real. That's real. Hey, you know, again, I was going to ask, like, because what is taboo today? You know, I mean, we're in the early 2000s. Because, like I said, you know, you're a legend to me. Because I'm 30, right? So I was born in 90. I've been watching you guys as I was growing up. Go back and watch it over and over again. Been laughing at y'all for years, literally over a decade. So I've really thought, you know, okay, well, as time has gone by, you know, the scope of jokes that you can tell has kind of changed, right? So I wondered, like, besides the LGBTQ thing, that, you know, what else is like, is taboo now, you know? Because some people, some comedians like, nah, forget all that. I'm gonna go for it, right? You know, I'm gonna go ahead and tell whatever jokes is on my, whatever comes to mind, whatever I wrote down, that's it. It's going out there,
right?
You know?
Well, the early rule of comedy was nothing is sacred. You know, nothing's sacred. It's just a matter of tact and doing what you do. And the LGBTQ in particular, let's talk about that. They are the funniest people you know. I'm telling you right now, they should be able to take a joke because that's what comedy, every lady out there, if you got a gay male friend, he is the funniest person in your clique. That's where y'all get all y'all slang. Y'all don't come up with y'all own slang. The gay dudes create y'all slang and y'all ride the bandwagon. No woman came up with yas, bitch. No woman did that. Yas, bitch. That's a gay guy's slang. And how you doing? How you doing? That's a gay guy as well.
Oh my God. I'm going to cancel.
Now here comes the smoke. But to be honest, man, you know, here's my rule of thumb for that. If I tell a joke about a topic and that topic happens to affect someone's personal situation, lifestyle, or orientation, or beliefs, or religion, if they can laugh at it, then the joke is okay. So you got to tell the joke with tact to the point where it's not belittling or badgering or demeaning or having a negative impact on those people in that particular. Even with hecklers, like when somebody heckle me, I've learned to respond to a heckler with a point where I'm gonna be superior in the humor. I'm gonna be funnier than you, and I'm gonna roast the shit out you. But I ain't gonna do it to the point where you want to pull out your gun and kill me. You know, so. I'm gonna say something about you. I'm gonna say something about me. Like I can't talk. You know, look at me. You know, to deflect. You know, so it's got to be tact because now people running up on stages and you know, and you can't. Even if you can fight, if you win a fight, then they gonna shoot you because you beat their ass. So now you got to take an L one way or another. So I take it with the jokes and I flip it back on myself. If you ever notice anything, I'm heckling somebody, unless they really coming hard and I gotta show them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not gonna win. I'm not gonna give them the advantage. But I'm also not going to upset them because I want them to leave. I want everybody to leave the building laughing. Everybody have a good time.
That's real. That's real. You know, I love that's something that's unique about you. You know what I'm saying? Being able to have that sort of heart to where it's like, all right, well, I don't really want to tear you down to the point where you hate me. I just want you to understand that, hey, look, I'm doing my job. You got to respect me, and I'm going to just respect you. But you're going to catch these jokes, though.
Hey, you're going to catch it on this mic. And even like on the clip that Like a Rock, see, and some guy commented, and people, they so quick to jump in, sensitive. And I've started responding to it because they say shit like we don't see it. But every once in a while I jump on the content and go back with you, but not in a point where I'm not gonna be confrontational, but I'm gonna give you my point of view, or at least try to persuade you to see it from a different angle. So I did the joke. I was like, how many white people are here? Because it's the Kings of Comedy. It was 23,000 people, and it was about 75 white people. So that's something to talk about. So I said, how many white people? White people did the whole Like a Rock thing, but some guy said, look, another black comedian attacking white people. I did not attack white people. I pointed out the fact that you're the minority now, and now y'all know how we feel in the workplace. But that in 2020, as you could look, back in 2000, the guys were laughing at what I said. If you notice, the white guys on that clip. So I'm gonna post, when I do, I'm gonna put a link to everything. So when I repost parts of this interview, they'll see what we're talking about, make it relevant. Go to Walter Latham Presents Facebook page, and you all can see what we're talking about.
Yeah, most definitely, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's hilarious. And the fact that I didn't catch the Like a Rock, like crackhead connection till I was like crack rock. Oh, right.
Hey, let me tell you, that's one of them jokes that comedians be like, it was right there. Deion Cole, like, man, you know how many times I've seen that commercial? It was right there. So that's the thing we do, and it's all about our point of view and perspective and who catches it first.
No, most definitely, most definitely. You have a unique perspective, man, because you not only are you really amazing at comedy, but before you were the youngest person in city council at one point in time. You owned your own Subway back in the 90s, and I really wonder, like, looking back, have you ever just thought back about the whole Jared situation and the Subway thing? Like, cause I know it's jokes there that I don't know if they can fly nowadays, but
yeah, I mean, but that's such pedophilia. That's a touchy subject.
Yeah.
No pun intended. See how it go? And I didn't mean to do that, but that's true. It's a touchy subject. The thing about Jared, old freaky ass, I just wish he'd have been around doing Subway when I had my Subway, because I had my Subway before they got him as a spokesperson, when he was still a fat ass pedophile, and nobody knew about Subway. So his fat ass got his life together after my store went out of business. You fat, freaky, nasty bastard.
I'm sorry.
Man,
I'm so sorry.
to hell with Jared. I hope burn in hell, you skinny, freaky prisoner.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sorry. These are real tears. Hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Everything that you just said, I agree with. But no, how does the experiences that you had though, play on the stage, right? Whenever you do you ever get like, do you ever get heckled by somebody, like get a flashback of like, oh man, this reminds me of a time where, I was trying to get these people to get these sandwiches orders correct, and they would take too long, or like, what was it like,
Okay. So I'll give you how that correlates. But to reverse what you said, I actually worked at City Hall, but I wasn't in the council. I was actually down there moving packs behind the scenes. Anyway, had on a suit the whole time, but that's how I got the Subway. But anyway, because I opened my Subway at age 25. But the funniest part, all right, so once I started doing stand-up, naturally I had sold my Subway. Actually, that was really a chapter where I had to reinvent myself, because I thought once I got into franchising, I was going to open multiple stores and just be out on my boat and come collect my money. But you got, like you said, you got to be in there making sandwiches, baking bread, and watching that cash register anytime you got a cash business. And I had family working there, and that could be good or bad, because they could be like, we got a Subway. No, we don't. Hell no. You are an employee. And they was giving away sandwiches to pretty girls. Hey, come back, I got you for lunch. This ain't our damn Subway. Robert, my cousin. Anyway, but so I've sold my Subway, right? And I'm doing stand-up. And this lady, I'm downtown, walking downtown, because my store was downtown. And this lady walked up, she's like, hey, how you been? I ain't seen you in a while, wow. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I've been traveling, doing my thing, you know, shows. She was like, no, I know you from Subway, mother. I don't know you. You a comedian? I didn't know that. You used to give me extra mayo, and you know, I don't know what the hell you talking about this comedy. And it was a humbling experience. I'm like, I'm getting recognized, you know, I'm walking around,
Right.
and she's like, no, motherfucker, Subway.
Subway, man. Oh, that's not okay. But
the Neptune sound. I was like, yeah, I'm the cat BT. Subway.
oh my god. No, it's amazing though, you know, because like did you really want to be recognized from comedy, or do you like? Is it that like, you know, it's like that's just one of the things that it's like, okay, it's okay, but you know, I like that's the preference, because I know there's some people that, you know, they want to be recognized for the different things in their life. You know how like people in high school, they hold on to, you know, like the football stars, like, yeah, man,
oh my God,
I was All-American in high school,
man.
You know what I'm saying? I hit whoop.
They never let it go. They will tackle you. They'll be 60 years old. I can still tackle. Go, man, let it go. No, let me tell you. You're going to tear your ACL out here trying to relive your glory days.
Fair.
No, to be honest, you know, you want to be acknowledged for your craft, but what comes along with it, man, I think I've been blessed to be able to still be, you know, on the mediocrity side as far as notoriety. You know, people that when they see me, they're not clamoring. Like, you know, of course I would trade Chris Tucker's money, but I saw when after he did Money Talks and going into the first Rush Hour, he owned a comedy club in Atlanta. Right. And I was doing a play with Thea Vidal and Howard Hewitt. Now, some people would know, some of y'all won't. Thea is a legendary comedian, Howard Hewitt from Shalimar. We had this traveling play, and Carl Wright, may he rest in peace. He was the preacher in Soul Food. I just want to give everybody their props. And we stopped. Thea used to be, she took Chris Tucker in when he first came to LA. She was like his godmother in the game. And so he invited us to his club. And when I came, I didn't know he was inviting me too, because I didn't know he knew me. I never really met him. And he saw me, man. He was like, man, come here, you funny. But he was like, come here. And he was, man, leaning behind a column talking to me in his own comedy club with his hat down in the shadows, because he didn't want nobody to know he was in there yet, because everywhere he went, people was on him. You know what I'm saying? So it's anonymity is priceless. Y'all don't understand. So like during COVID, man, I've been back out here in these streets because I got the mask and the hat, you know. I can go everywhere I want to go. That's one thing about being recognizable. But the thing of it is, I'm not a superstardom fame type person. And I keep myself, see, a lot of times when you don't seclude yourself and create that mystique, then people don't trip on it because you like one of the people. You know, Michael Jackson was so elusive, and that's why he was such a big star, because everybody you never saw Mike, so Mike was a Mike sighting, you know. And that's persona, you need to do that to an extent, but I'm still trying to get these checks, and I still want to be able to go to the, you know, to Marshall's or Ross without, you know, without security, you know. But that's the thing. People like, they'll see me like, where's security? I'm like, what I look like having security at a comedy show? And then I'm over here at the damn Portillo's getting a hot dog, and what, I'm gonna have a big ass dude follow me around going to Portillo's? No, hell no. So
what I'm gonna do with security at Portillo's?
right, you know what I'm saying?
No, seriously.
And people will ask you doing your own grocery shopping? I'm doing my own eating and cooking. Yeah.
Hey, that's real. No, that's
real talk.
You know,
and you want to have that balance. That's why a lot of stars move to places where it's concentrated in stars. So if you go to LA, every other corner is somebody famous, so you kind of don't have to worry about sticking out, you know. But if Dave Chappelle, you know, in LA, that's one thing. And that's why he went to Ohio, right. and he go around everywhere, so they see him every day. So they're like, that's Chappelle, you know.
Do you still kick it with these comedians? Like at times, like we just actually just hang out and like just talk and everybody's funny?
Oh man, you know, that typically happens, and it should be a show in the green room. You know, even like sometimes either we'll be working together or we'll be in a similar city at the same time, and I'll go check out a brother, and you know, we all be in that back green room. Or when I come to town, the comics that live there, like if I go to Detroit, my man Howie Bell gonna pick me up. We gonna go to his crib. I mean, his wife gonna cook breakfast. We gonna live. You know what I'm saying, like that. You know, but yeah, we it's like a fraternity / sorority, because there are ladies in the game. Gotcha. And we kick it, you know. Yeah, we talk on the phone, we text, we watch each other's social media and things of that nature.
Most definitely. I wanted to ask this question. You know, you have 27 plus years of experience in the industry. You know, where do you feel like you are on your path of success? And you know, you already touched on the latter part of it. You know, about what steps you take to uplift those coming behind you, because you give people your platform. You literally said, "Oh yeah, man, at Riddles, I bring people on. You bring people, you get people up there. You know, you are a connector, and there's power in being a connector. You know, so for you specifically, you know, where are you on your path of success?
I really think I'm far from my peak. To be honest, I see progression, I see growth, and I see bigger things. Acting, producing, and creating. You know, I'm in talks with one of the networks to try to bring back something really nostalgic. When I pull this off, you talk about an exclusive. You'll be able to link back to this to say he mentioned that on my live. So I'm talking to one of the networks to bring something back like that. So I'm seeing, you know, it's all about legacy at this point, and I still need to, you know, reach another plateau because right now I'm maintaining, I'm working steady, I'm in demand as far as the comedy club circuit, but I'm not the type of guy where you put me on the flyer and I'm gonna fill a basketball stadium. So that's still out there. You know, Mike Epps is doing that. Bruce and them, that whole clique. You know, we all peers, but it's time for me to catch up on that level as far as, you know, I'm that guy. Or when you do, Martin Lawrence do a Lit AF tour, I should be one of them heads, you know, like a Mount Rushmore coming up. So I'm behind Sid and DL and, you know, that upper echelon, the Kings, they've all ascended to wealth. And they can now pursue lofty goals. Like DL is an advocate for our people on his radio platform, and he's really on them crackers' ass. You know, that's his thing. You know, and I don't mean to be racist to our white viewers, but I'm talking about the crackers. You know who they are, the ones who storm capitals and you know and arrest you when you ain't done nothing. You know who you are. Yeah. So they're there. Jamie Foxx, all of them. You know, we all started in the early '90s, kind of together. Yeah. So I'm kind of behind. You know, I'm lacking, you know, as far as square footage. People can still walk up to my door. Ain't no gate out there. Ain't no driveway, and you know, I'm lacking on square footage. So I got work to do. You know, I got car payments. That's some bull right there. So, so it's time for me to, you know, to ascend to the next level and whatever that next level is. But I definitely don't want to just do stand up. I want to act. I want to produce and create. So that's the thing. I'm about to actually, since this COVID thing was an eye opener, because I shot a little special just to recap everything we went through in 2020 as far as COVID and social justice and then the election. It's called Buy 2020, and it's still available. And it's on my page. If you go on my website, DamonWilliamsComedy.com, you can find that. But the little studio setting we did it in gave me a brainstorm where I think I'm going to shoot some mini specials on people like M. Brown and others. And I bring 3 people together, and it'll be the Damon Williams Comedy Kickback. And it's a small setting, but we're going to put it out there for the world. I'm doing Kev on Stage's, his virtual comedy show, and that'll be on April 2nd. We're filming it next week. So Kev on Stage got a huge platform. You know, he got square footage. So I'm trying to absorb some of this square footage out here, man.
Hey, look, let me know however I can help. You know what I'm saying? If you want to hire me to interview people, you let me know.
No doubt. No doubt. I mean, it's all about collaboration. That's why I'm doing this, because I understand the power of this. I started a little like blog called the Damon Williams Check-In. We did 4 episodes. I have Gary Owen, Rodney Perry, George Wallace, Leon Rogers, who has a late night talk show on Fox Soul now called Later with Leon. Who else? It was a bunch of Just Niche. And so that gave me, you know, a feeling to this mode. So it's like a talk show format. We even got laugh tracks and everything. So I'm doing little things like that till I find the one that's going to strike lightning. And like I said, people can still go and see the series Laugh Tonight with Damon Williams on Urban Flicks TV. Y'all probably already watching Urban Flicks. They've got all the new black movies, but you might not realize that I got a series on there because it was one of the first original programs. And so it's kind of on the back burner as far as their promotion is concerned. But look for it. It's out there.
Most definitely. I'm gonna be watching it then. That's for a fact.
It's $3.99 a month for that whole platform. Like it's like a black Netflix. And I tell people all the time, if $3.99 is an issue for you, that's like $1 a week. Then don't even subscribe, because I can't make you laugh if 4 quarters is throwing off your budget every week. So trust me, ain't shit funny. Don't go over there. You go get your situation in order, cause that's 4 quarters a week.
I'm sorry.
So
I'm
you
so
nothing's funny to you. You probably about to carjack somebody.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. No, but that's hilarious. If 4 quarters is throwing off your budget,
Your weekly budget, you're not gonna laugh. Ain't none of this shit funny. I don't profess to be that brilliant at comedy to make somebody's $1 a week budget funny.
Okay. Yo, these are real tears, man. I'm sick.
Yeah, don't go over there. We can't help you.
I'm sick of you, bro. Like, for real.
Use your stimulus. Look, if y'all use your stimulus, it's $39 for the whole year. So get it out before that stimmy gone, because then you'll have something to look back on and say, well, at least I got my subscription. I got some Jordans, I got some rims, a flat screen, and my Urban Flick subscription. Stimmy gone. Crab leg, empty shells. I'm back on dark meat. I'm back to the dark quarters section. I was doing the king crab. Now I need them dark chicken parts because my stimmy is gone.
Oh my God. From king crab legs to dark chicken.
Yeah, all you got is shells and drumettes. Stimmy gone.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm coming to I'm coming to riddles. I'm coming to.
You gotta come to riddles, man. It ain't just me. It's gonna be a bunch of funny ass people there. Uh-oh, I done knocked out my light. God damn it.
Oh, man. Look, that's what you get. I'm trying to be professional. Oh, God. Straight food. Oh, my God. Yeah, man.
These are facts, though.
No, you know.
Yeah, these are, to hell with it. We'll be done by the time I get this damn. See, I told you, I need some more money in my life. My ring light is bootleg. You ask me where I'm at in my career, my goddamn light can't go through a whole damn.
Hey, don't worry. We speaking that Netflix special into existence. It's gonna happen. I promise. I promise.
Hey, Netflix or not, we'll do our own thing. That's something too. Kev on stage was talking about that because everybody's like, when you gonna get your Netflix? You know, like Netflix is the only game in town. Of course, we all want one, but until we get one, we need our own platforms. And Urban Flick is a black-owned, 100% legitimately black-owned. This brother created this platform, so you know, and it's not just the artists. You know, you got everybody. When you do see black films, a lot of times you got the crew, you got the craft services person. It's black all the way down. Now there are white people back there because they got some of the good equipment, but you gotta hire your white guy. You need it. If you ain't got no white guys on your set, you probably gonna have some glitches in your production. Because somebody gonna have to go take smoke a blunt, or there's some things going on when it's 100% black. It'd be the white guy be like, "Come on, guys, we gotta stop slacking." You need that guy. He might just be a grip or a gaffer, but he's the guy that's gonna say, "Come on, guys, we're behind schedule. Come on, we're slacking. Lunch was over already." You need at least one white guy on your set. Oh
my God! Hey, Leon Rogers is in here right now.
Oh, that's my man. Yeah, I just mentioned him, Leon, my man. Later with Leon.
Hey, look, that's why. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. That's wild. I'm definitely. Look, you got people that want to get Urban Flicks right now, so they're gonna get Urban Flicks. We definitely. I know for a fact I'm gonna be watching it.
Use your stimmy. You'll have something to look back on. Get $39 for the whole year. You'll have something tangible to say. My stimulus provided me this. You'll look up and it'll be next March, and you'll still be watching Urban Flicks off your stimmy money. Them crab legs out of there.
I want to talk to you about. I want to turn the conversation to something that I know is currently in the news. Because I have to at least have one current topic nowadays. Outside is opening back up, and we're back to seeing more reports of these heinous acts like this mass shooting. You saw this guy. When it was first reported, it was a 21-year-old Caucasian male, right? But then, it came out his name was Ahmad Aliwi Alissa. I wonder, how do you think this will affect communities who have similar names, right? But they don't have that same complexion that he has. Yeah.
Well, if you're talking about people with Arab or Muslim or Islamic names, they always been discriminated against. They just luckily that Trump put the Mexicans in the forefront and made them the villains. See, society and media will create its own villains, and so they keep us on the news as far as when it comes to news reports and crime. And there's crime being committed by everybody. Okay, there's a bunch of white suspects doing crimes, but you don't see them pasted up there with their mugshot a lot of times, or they had a bad day. So it's all how they portray it. But that's one thing I'll say, and I've been saying before this happened, that came through the COVID and the quarantine. There were no school shootings last year.
Exactly.
Unless your mama got sick of your ass and you got shot on. If you got shot on Zoom school, it probably was somebody at your house. There were no mass school shootings in 2020 because your ass was at home. Your mama shot your ass because you overslept 3. How you got absences and tardies at Zoom school? What the hell you mean? So that was one of the hot bright spots of the pandemic, that there were no mass workplace or school shootings. But like I say, the villains that are created. I mean, it's a lot of depression, a lot of undiagnosed mental illness, untreated, and it's undiscussed in the communities. And it's not just in our community that we see the suspects range from the shooter in up there in Wisconsin, from Antioch, to the white guy who shot up this thing, and now this guy who just did the Colorado thing. And man, God forbid to have to anybody. There's no cookie cutter answer to that society. That we have an open society. We have a multitude of guns. That's why we got carjackers, 12 and 13 years old, being caught because these guns are coming from somewhere. And you can't say guns don't kill people, people kill people. That's the NRA's tagline or whatever. But somebody has to pull the trigger, but the trigger had to be provided. Other societies, other countries and places don't have. You go to Canada, ain't no mass shootings. You go to over in Europe and Amsterdam, the Netherlands, a lot of it is because we're not addressing the underlying issues that people have, and it explodes in this mental illness. So if you take away all the medical and mental illness facilities, then you take away opportunities, you marginalize people, make them villains because their religion or their ethnicity, you're bound to find somebody in that group that's going to snap out and do something crazy. So if you got an unhealthy society, you're going to have unhealthy results.
Amen. If you got unhealthy, that's real. That's definitely real. An unhealthy society creates unhealthy results. I definitely can understand that, because it is one of the things that he was saying was that, he was bullied for being Muslim and all these other things, right? He was, and he was still able to get a gun, because he was like, they said like, he it was hours after he was able to get the weapon that he was using,
And see and the thing about that in America, the genie is out the bottle. So every time this happens, it's thoughts and prayers go to the victims, and then there's outrage about gun control laws. But if they said not one more gun could be sold in America for the next 50 years, there's enough guns already in America. So it's almost a hopeless scenario. I mean, I got a gun that I didn't get legally. And I keep that burner. No, I keep that burner just in case.
Allegedly, he keeps the burner.
Factually, I have an unregistered, unlicensed firearm in case somebody on that bullshit, and I have to up it, and I don't want to be responsible for what happened. That's not allegedly. That's not presumably. That is factual. Now, I'm going to get my FOIA, but it take a year to get your card. You think I'm going to wait until I get my gun card to defend myself? I have a firearm.
Okay.
But my point is, it's obtainable. Now back in the day, we used, I was in some street things, and we had one guy in the gang had the gun. And if the gun guy was on punishment, if he was grounded, then our gang didn't have a gun. So we'd have to postpone the whole gang fight because the gun guy on punishment. So, all right, we'll try Tuesday because his mama said he can't come out. He can't come off the porch. And he ain't going to let us get his gun. It was a 25 automatic amongst the whole, with 6 bullets, 50 guys in the gang. for one gun. Now everybody got a gun. They got extra clips. They got long clips. They got guns to play in the videos. So the guns are out here, and it's an unfortunate situation. We making light of it, but I have a gun because all of those guns out there.
No, it makes sense. That makes sense, man.
And I drive the car. Anyway, I tried to be humble and get a basic vehicle. I ain't gonna even say what it is, but it ain't a Benz and it ain't a Bentley or nothing like that. And it's one of the #1 carjack targets. So this winter, I was like, first of all, everybody should be dressed for the cold in case your ass get carjacked. You need to have on carjack wear in case, because it was like -7 degrees, and if somebody carjacks you and take your car and your phone, you had about 8 minutes to live. So I say, have your bus stop clothes in the car, and like, look, I tell the carjacker then, at this point, I'm not getting out my car. I'll give you a ride to your next victim. So where you trying to go? Because I have a gun too. I don't want to shoot you, but I ain't getting out this car. So in the winter in Chicago, you had to have bus stop clothing in case your ass got carjacked.
Yo, that's wild. Bus stop clothing.
Wild but true.
Just wild but true. Hey, look.
It was -7. If somebody put you out your car on Halsted, ain't nobody gonna stop. Ain't nobody gonna pick you up because you out there with no coat on. So you obviously crazy. If they jack you, take your coat, your phone, and your car, you got about 8 minutes to live.
No,
so you needed to have on long underwear, some dress for the cold.
Yo.
If you're going through the spots where the jump off was.
With the jump off. Hey, bro, I got you. I got you. Hey, thanks for the knowledge. Now,
how about that?
Things I'm gonna keep in mind for if ever I move to Chicago.
Or anywhere. It's not just Chicago. We just in the lead. Everybody, these crimes taking place everywhere. We just in the lead, and we got one of the worst winters. So yeah, be prepared at all times. I was a Cub Scout.
You think that the winter contributes to the crime? Because like I wonder, like, is it because, like, you know what I'm saying, how cold it is or how hot it gets, you know, that might contribute to like the crime in certain areas?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the weather is definitely the weather and sports. Like in Chicago, when the Bulls were playing, the crime rate went down whenever Michael Jordan played, especially in the playoffs. Yeah. There was no crime on the streets because everybody's watching the game. And when that temperature go down, there's a very low chance of you getting shot because ain't nobody out there. They be like, I'll catch you in the spring. I know where you at. But that winter's telling me, I know where you be. You'll be out here. You'll be hooping or whatever, you know. So, yeah, here it's seasonal. So and so that's why when Jussie Smollett talking about that happened to him, and it was -20, he a lie. Anybody out there, you a lie. You wasn't even out going to get no damn Subway at -20 degrees. Nobody that hungry.
For Subway.
Subway. That's a callback.
It's a callback.
And he said he was going to get a tuna sub. Now we know damn well he wasn't going to get no tuna because he's a gay guy, and gay guys don't do fish. If he said he was out at 2 in the morning looking for a meatball sub, I believe that. a foot long meatball. That's a more viable story.
You gonna give me canceled?
Tuna? He wasn't looking for no tuna at 2 in the morning. He was not going out to get a fish sandwich.
You gonna get me canceled? Oh God.
These are just facts, man.
So y'all.
So what time is it? Because I gotta go to Riddles. What time is it?
It's 7:17 on my end, so it should be 6:17 where you are if you're in Chicago.
Yeah.
I want to close out with just two last things, and that is the goal of this show, and that's philanthropy. We garner support from onlookers to put it towards a charity or nonprofit that you care about. What charity or nonprofit are we highlighting today, and why is the cause that it faces so important to you?
Oh, I'm glad, and I wasn't prepared for that, but I have an answer to that. The Breathing Room. The Breathing, Let Us Breathe Collective. My son is an activist, as I mentioned earlier. They have an oasis in the hood, in Inglewood, in Chicago. It's called The Breathing Room. It's on 51st and Bishop, okay? But Let Us Breathe Collective is that's their whole thing. Look up Let Us Breathe Collective or Let Us Breathe 773. That's their social media. My son's Instagram is Damon_AF. And so Let Us Breathe. Y'all look up Let Us Breathe Chicago, Let Us Breathe 773.
Okay.
And that will definitely, if you can contribute anything that you can help them do. And it's artists and activists working together to make a better world. And so they do everything from mentorship, mental health crises. Like they have, he has a men's circle on Monday nights where the men get a chance to discuss what they, what men go through as far as, because, men's issues are put on the back burner. A lot of times you don't have a place to go. So Let Us Breathe, look it up. They do a lot. They got a free store for people that don't have clothing. They do food drives. Let Us Breathe is my spot.
Most definitely. All right. So Let Us Breathe 773. We're going to definitely tag that at the bottom of this video. Let folks know to go there to support with their time, with their donations, whatever they can. Before we close out, thank you again so much for your time. I did want to ask this. We always like to close with wisdom for the next generation. So I want to ask you, what words of wisdom would you have for any of those young and up-and-coming comedians, those that really that are striving to get to the top in comedy?
I want to tell you all there's no hope for you because you came along too late. You should have been around when Comic View was out. We came up quick. We had cable and everybody watched. Now it's 900 channels and you can't get nobody to watch nothing. No, here's my advice to anybody up and coming, not just comedy, but anything you want to do. First of all, you got to have a passion for it. If you don't have a passion for it, you're not going to be able to sustain yourself through those dark times. Because it's a marathon, it's a journey. Enjoy the journey, okay? Perfect your craft. Learn the business. The business side will give you more lessons than a heckler any day because you'll mess around and get yourself out there and tell all your jokes, then somebody ain't got your money. Negotiate your money first. Get stuff in writing so there's no misunderstanding. If you have to, text it to a person and make them respond so you have that text record of it if it's a casual gathering. So you have a record of it. But it's more important that you're not starting out looking for the money and the fame. Do it for the love of the game. And then those everything that comes with that will come from that because it'll sustain you through, like I said, the dark times. So if you got a passion for it, be patient. Even though a lot of people now are having shortcuts with social media. So, work your social media, do these, be out here, be accessible, be on time, be friendly, and be likable. Because those things, you could be the funniest guy ever, but if you leave and you're an asshole, the staff at the comedy club will tell the GMs, man, that dude was a dick, and he was mean to the waitresses, or he didn't shake hands with his people, or whatever. Being likable will get you a long way past your talent. People want to work with you if they liked you. So these are some bullets, some nuggets I can give you on the game.
Most definitely, man. I want to say thank you again. I'm speaking nothing but success, blessings, peace, wealth into your life, man. And all that. Anything that you touch, it will come to fruition. I thank you sincerely for giving me this opportunity to talk to you, for giving me this opportunity to spread this knowledge to you. And I hope you have an amazing night today at Riddles.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate doing these, man. That's why I wanted to do it. So I got some good gems for myself that I can look back on this. So definitely, once you post it in the story, I'm about to clip the hell out of it. It's going to be all over the place.
Hey, most definitely. Just tag me. And like I said, if you know anybody that you want me to interview, just let me know. I will do it.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. We own it.
Bet that. I appreciate you. Have a blessed one.
You too, bro. Be safe.
Will do. I'm going to save it. I promise. I know he's going to say I'll save it. I'm going to save it. I promise. You guys, that was Damon Williams. Man, God, please don't let me get canceled for laughing at those jokes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope y'all having a blessed, amazing evening. For those of y'all who are newcomers, man, thank y'all so much for joining. For those of my faithful fans, I appreciate y'all for joining. Yeah, man, I know I loved it too. Definitely, if you like what you see, share it. Let folks know that we're doing these things. Well, it's amazing. I love these interactions. Big shout out to my sponsor again. That is Red Crown. Join the Crown Club by going to KROWNKLUB.com and purchasing your drip, your fit, all that great stuff from him. Enjoy my work. $ Ezel Moon. 60% goes to powering the show. 40% goes to a charity or nonprofit that has been mentioned. Once again, you guys, I'm Ezel Moon. I'm not doing it unless it's fun and it helps people. Peace. Purchase my book, Purple Mike Wants a Bike, at Amazon.com. You can find it there. Just type in Purple Mike, type in Ezel Moon, and it'll pop up. If you guys want to follow me, no, not even if, go follow me at Ezel Moon _ on Twitter and Instagram. I'm Ezel Moon, and I'm not doing it unless it's fun and it helps people.